All right, guys, we are back with now match number 2. It's going to be ELONG versus
Horseman.
Exactly. And I'm thinking that this is going to be a lot of fun. It seems, in my opinion, that Horseman has improved their play a lot here in Season 3. So let's see how things turn out with them on defense.
They are on defense, I think. Yeah, defense. Defense side is Horseman, but this time ELONG choose a lot of KB4.
Yeah, and on top of that, they've got an AMX-12T. So are you thinking what I'm thinking? Tank
the
shield?
12T should use him for skull somewhere. Oh! No.
Do you think it's going to be a tank shield?
No. They cannot use a KB4 to block the capture circle somewhere.
Right.
And they use the 12T to capture,
Let's get a look at the band maps. Of course, Runeberg, it seems like we've only seen that one time, I think. Maybe two times since Season 3 began.
Yeah,
Cliffs.
only once, I think. Only once.
Yeah, so who got the first ban here? Was it ELONG?
I don't know. But
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
I think I can guess that it was more than likely going to be Horseman that banned Cliff there. And Prokhorovka was the third ban. I'm not entirely sure about the decision for that, but I'm leaning towards saying that Horseman made the Cliff ban. So here we go, guys. Game number 1 on Himmelsdorf.
Okay.
So Edison, what do you think that 12T is going to be there for?
12T, they got two functions there. The first one is if a KB4 stand here like this.
Right.
They can use 12T
To capture. It's going
to capture.
All right.
And they use I3 to make up a defensive line. That's the first one. The second one, if they just use the KB4 plus I3, rush in to capture, and on that moment they use the 12T to capture.
Okay. All right.
But whatever the 12T is for capture.
Right. I mean, in either case, the 12T is small enough to fit behind one of those other tanks. But at this moment, if I'm looking at this correctly, Guanran ELONG is in the 12T, and he's going up the hill to just get a little bit of vision.
Yep, they want to go first because of, if the Horseman rush out, the 12T can hit them on the hill side. But I don't think the Horseman is such an aggressive team.
Right. So, of course, we've got ELONG on the offensive here. I'm going to say that Horseman is going to be very hard-pressed to make 2 wins in a row happen, especially with the...
Now, yeah. And right now, the KB4 already on line A, so that means the KB4 can...
Ooh, I like that move.
Either way, And the 2 I3, there maybe do flanking, like this.
Yeah, and I'm thinking right now, Horseman, they're going to be greeted... Or not Horseman, but ELONG is going to be greeted with heavy fire.
Yeah, and the 12T there, and whatever is only for the capture function, but if a KB4 rush into the enemy base here, he is not suitable to capture because of, if you just such close to base, I just kill you really nice and easy. For the best way to kill 12T is when KB4 fighting. The 12T go to capture on the south part. Well,
if it doesn't succeed here, I think they'll use it in the next game, but we have got a fight on our hands, a very quick rush, where we see usually the 4-minute mark rush capture happens. This is happening at the 5-minute mark. Reflection goes in, takes 2 solid shots to his hull. GRB takes another one as well, but not too much in the way of HP is taken off of his tank. We already see Feluso getting I guess you'd say cornered there in his present position. Ironically enough, he is in a corner. But no one is rushing to take him down just yet. That 12T, where on earth is he?
For the Horseman, they need someone flanking to the south because of, they got 1 tank I3,
15 seconds.
They show up the side armor, it's really easy to kill.
11, 10 seconds, 9 seconds, but the reset is looking like it's going to happen. Reflection is getting hit, and he's getting hit hard.
Yeah.
GRP gets hit, but it's a bounce.
No one trying to shoot the I3 there, so let's miss. someone gonna flank it here, but you know, wow,
Spencer
the
TW is
KV4
coming in.
died.
Yeah, and I mean, Horseman, they're taking a lot of HP damage right now. Look at the left-hand side of your screen, guys. They're at less than half of their HP, even though Elong's dropped the first tank.
Are gonna kill the KV4
Nice
on
flank.
On the back, I think.
Nice flank, really nice flank.
Really
but
nice.
The question is it going to pan out or not? Because this is turning out to be very close in the way of HP. That flank making a lot of difference here from Spencer. Good call, but in the end, will it be enough? Colin's getting caught now between 3 hungry sets of teeth. The rest of Horseman is going to go diving in there.
Yeah,
Spencer's
but
on the
they
reload,
have to kill
though.
I3 first as soon as possible, or they're gonna lose this one totally, I think. You know.
Oh man, Spencer is now coming around for the long haul flank. He wants to get Fox TS, but now it's just Feluso there. It's going to be 2 versus 3. This was 5 versus 3 not long ago, but since Horseman is so low HP, it's quickly being turned around.
Yep.
All right, it's Spencer against the world. Can he make it happen or not? Typically, I mean, in this situation, it's hard enough to make a 1 versus 3 work in a light tank fight, but in a heavy tank fight, well, I mean, that's where the situation gets a little bit more
I think
hopeless.
ELONG show up and how do they do exchange fire.
Right.
It's really nice, you know. I think the Horseman missing too many shots, and they are too focused on KV4. It's totally wrong. I have to say that because the first one KV4 is not, KV4 is not easy
Not easy
to kill.
And it looks like the capture will finish.
Don't kill him first. They have to focus on I3 or other part first. K4 is capture. No, yeah, everybody know that, but
I mean,
don't focus on KV4 first.
It definitely stood out because when we saw, who was the guy that, it was Feluso who was in the window, right? What tank was he in? Let's see that right now.
They got two I3.
I want to see, what tank was Feluso in?
T32, I think.
T32? We're about to find out. Hang on.
Let me check it.
Let's see.
Okay.
All right, so
T32 here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What cannon was he sporting? The 90 millimeter?
It's 105.
105.
105.
Wow. With a 105, I think he did only 200 damage to a KV4, if I'm not mistaken. The first shot, mind you.
Maybe use the HE.
Yeah.
Because he want to reset the capture, so maybe he used HE. But I have to say that because they are too focused on KV4.
That's right. That's right.
They got two I3 on some angle is really nice to kill because there is two KV4 on capturing, right? So T32 absolutely can reset the first one, but I think Horseman they should flanking on the south first to kill the I3 first. After that, trying to deal with the KV4 because the KV4 have really low DPM. If you are on the close battle, they cannot making too much damage on the first moment. So if they can focus on I3, first I3 is much easier to kill. The second, the HP is low,
I mean, that's all scenarios basically piled into this nutshell that you've just analyzed for us. But I mean, the real question is, what's going to happen here in game number 2? Typically on offense, we see, typically on defense, we see that it's easier to try and get the win on Himmelsdorf. But I mean,
but the Horsemen, they lost the first one.
Yeah.
It's really tough for them, but last week they doing really nice with KV5, but I'm not sure if the ELONG, they just rush out. They don't want to camp. They're gonna show up. How do we guys doing the exchange fire?
Well, let's see how they do in game number 2 after this 90-second break, guys.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are back now with game number 2 on defense for Horseman. And I mean, I've said it before and I have to say it again. Typically, it's much easier to win out on defense on Himmelsdorf than it is on offense. That became painfully clear during Season 2 when the Mado was essentially, you know.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, I think that such a team like ELONG, they must already research how you guys camp on the northwest and how to guys doing that. But, you know, their strategy is use KV4, you know.
Yeah.
They want you guys shooting the KV4 and, you know, they're going to save the power to deal with you guys.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, so clear, but, you know, even when the KV4 rushing on the side of the Horseman.
What is that? An FV304? I'm sorry.
FV304
is that an SPG?
Is artillery.
That is an artillery.
Yeah, tier 6 artillery have really nice shooting angle. You know, it's something like mortar.
Ooh.
So, you know, it got really high angle.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you camp on the northwest, they got really nice chance to shoot like T-32. You know, they can see you there, but just using the T-32 to consume your firepower. But on that moment, you can send something like a T-37 trying to capture the FOV-302.
All right, well, I mean, there it is. There's the tank selection, as you guys can plainly see on your screen. 2 KV4s, 3 IS-3s, 1 AMX 50-100, and an FV304 coming from ELONG. So it looks like they've got, like, poking to death for Horseman coming down in game number 2 on offense, and showing that they've got more than one strategy to employ. So I like this decision. It's creative, and I think this is the first time in about 2 weeks that we've seen an SPG in game.
Yeah, you know, if I were a Horseman, I'm gonna send the T-37 to hide somewhere, you know, on the map. When the SPG starts to shooting, I'm gonna kill him on the back.
Wait a minute. Where is Spencer right now?
He go into south, here.
That means he's really close to finding that FV304.
Yeah. So he gonna go somewhere, you know. If I were him, I'm gonna hide somewhere like here on the south. So if enemy come here, I can turn around and run really fast. If they didn't come in, they're gonna stand on the back and chasing for the FV304.
Right, and this is that very methodical. He got shot at, but nothing hit.
He go here.
Right.
He go here right now.
This is that very methodical scouting method that Horseman has. They scout where their opponent is by scouting first where their opponent is not. Okay. So again, we're just waiting to see what the move is going to be. Firing shots already coming from ELONG's reflection, but they haven't really spotted anyone. Wait, what? They just hit Feluso. They knew where he was. They're blind firing an Artie, and they're hitting Feluso. Feluso's camped in that window, and it was a hit.
Yeah. It's not that hard because they expect T-32 here, you know.
Yeah, but it's brilliant, and it's already working.
Yep.
All right. So that's about 100 and almost 200 damage that we're seeing Horseman's Feluso not getting back.
FV304?
Yeah.
Yeah, only taking like 100 to 150.
There they go. They're diving in. ELONG takes 2 smacks to the face, and it looks like the exchange of fire is not too great here for ELONG at the moment. They're actually a little bit lower in overall tank HP.
But not that hard.
Yeah.
Because FV304 can keep shooting Feluso.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit of damage. He's not doing too terribly much, but at the same time, every little bit contributes.
I just wonder what's the T-37. You know, where is the T-37?
Huge flanking maneuver coming in. We can all see it. There they go. They're about to hit from the south. Spencer's looking for that Artie. He's in range of it now, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we're trying to score the FV304, and I bet the ELONG team already know that, so that's why the 304 already relocation right now.
And in the exchange of fire, ELONG's Nice has fallen, and no one else has just yet. I mean, Horseman, again, trading one tank for a lot of HP damage. This is how game number 1 went.
Yeah.
All right, 99, 98 on that capture. Nice flank again from Tommy Yu.
The K4 gonna die there, I think.
Oh, Tommy was taken down. I'm sorry, Spencer? Wow. Gorilla was taken down, and so too was Flying Unicorn. Guanren is getting lit, ultra lit right now.
Oh, the
And
Horseman rushing.
There they go. That's the way it needs to be
Yeah,
in
they
some
have
ways.
to do that faster, or no, they cannot win this one.
Black is coming in.
Nice
3
deal.
versus 3, but the higher
Yeah.
HP is there for Team ELONG.
Right.
But where on earth is that FV304? Is it still alive is the question.
Yeah, but
no, it isn't.
whatever. Even it's still.
Oh,
Wow.
Spencer just got hit for a ton of HP in that T-37.
Yeah, but it's where does it come from?
That was from a snipe on Black. That's where he got.
Wow.
That's where he got hit. It was like 600 HP.
But it's
Right.
not gonna got a problem.
Yeah, he's going 2 versus 1 here. Fox TS does get the finishing
Wow.
shot there on No, not Spencer. But now it's 2 versus 3, 3 versus 3. If you count all the tanks, now it's 2 versus 3 again. It's up to Tommy and, of course, Spencer to pull out the win. This is more or less a baited capture coming from Nightmare.
Yeah, but on the exchange fire, I think the Horsemen have almost the same firepower, but but I don't know what's going on there.
Nightmare gets the first shot, plays it patiently, gets the hit.
Yeah, but Tommy should go out.
Oh no!
What's going on there?
Oh no!
Oh.
He does get the reset, but I mean with 3 tanks there.
Yeah, I know, and your enemy know where you're gonna go out there.
You think Spencer has a shot at killing any of those tanks? If he can get Fox TS, it'll be a miracle in a T-37, right?
Yeah, but if the Tommy you're doing much better there, your enemy already hide behind the someone's dead body, but oh, he go. Oh, I cannot do it.
Oh,
It's
there
so
we go.
close, but I think the Horseman cannot manage that because of on the exchange fire side. I think the Horseman doing pretty nice flanking on the middle, but 2i3 versus 2i3. That finally Horseman's 2i3 all done. That means you got worse personal skill compared to ELONG. That's it.
I mean, basically, that's how it all worked out. I don't want to say that the artillery. Do you think it did too terribly much there to help ELONG? I mean,
Actually, it cannot make in too much damage.
Right.
Maybe 600 is quite nice, but it's annoying.
it is.
Force
That's
you
all
guys,
it is.
keep moving. If you want to hide somewhere, he cannot keep bumping you and force you to go out. But we can see the T-32 do not die too early. That means artillery did not work out there. But actually, the main problem of Horseman is they already have really nice flanking. But we saw the two I3, they almost gone, but still alive. But 2 I3 of about Horseman already died, and they are so. I don't know why they want to kill the KV4 all the time. No, I say that that's totally wrong. A KV4 capture, Fluso is really easy to reset a capture. There's I3 on the middle. You got a 2 I3 plus 1 M50. So the 3 tank can kill 2 really fast. But I don't know why they just use 2 to fight it 2 and 1 flanking to the KV4.
I mean, we can see the coordination was there. It's just they're a little bit weaker in game number 2. But now we're going to switch things around, and that's going to put Horseman on offense.
Yeah.
So the score's already 2-0 in favor of ELONG, guys. So let's see if by some miracle, some ring and prayer, or some very, very strong coordinated tactics coming from our Taiwanese team, they are able to take one of the next 2 games.
Okay.
All right, so don't go away, guys. We'll be back in about 90 seconds. All right, guys, we are back now, and of course, as promised, we're gonna have Elong on defense, and this time around,
Yeah, but
Horseman on offense.
When Elong defend, I really wonder who can pass through. Maybe I expect on this match, if the Horseman defend, maybe they're doing nice enough, they're gonna got 1 or 2 points. But I really hard to imagine they got a point on the offense side. If we even defend, you cannot get any point.
Well, I mean, Elong is unbreakable on defense. The question is, Elong was unbreakable on offense there. The question is, can they be unbreakable on defense? In game number 1 and game number 2, we saw that they were the first team to lose tanks. But at the same time, they were making their trades very cost effective. They're coordinated by the don't panic, we're down 1 tank, don't panic,
but
stay calm.
Problem for the Horseman is, Elong already give up power for assault. I mean, they only use SPG, let's say. So when they attack, they got lower firepower, but they still winning there.
All right.
And I think Elong is a really well-trained team when the KV4 show up, and everyone shoot KV4. I actually take a chance cross the middle.
Let's get a look-see at just how many IS-3s there are for Elong on defense. They've got a 12T in the mix as well. Not entirely sure about that decision.
Yep. But for such setup, if a Horseman can do a nice rush, I mean, they can try to get a I3. I mean, the Elong's team somewhere have a really short range combat. They can get more advantage there. And for such setup, I feel the young team they want to rush.
Horseman isn't moving for the time being, if I'm looking at that correctly.
Yeah, they are moving. Oh.
They're not moving. I'm not sure. They said they have 1 DC in game. All right, so.
I know. Yeah, I gonna told them they have to rematch right now.
All right. So unfortunately, that's the way this game is working out at the moment. We've got 1 DC. It's very, I'd say, graceful that this doesn't happen more often, given that we have a total of 17 accounts that connect to a single game. And by 17 accounts, I mean 7 players for 1 team, 7 players for another team, then 3 for us. And this coming in from our production crew, we're going to take things into about a 5-minute break, and then after that, we'll be back with game number 3 on Himmelsdorf.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back now, and thank you all for your patience. It looks like we got things back underway without too terribly much of a hitch now with game number 3 getting started, and we want to thank you all for your patience as always. So, 5 IS3s.
1 M50 with 12T.
Coming from ELONG.
ELONG, yeah, Horseman.
A single KV5.
Yeah, 1 KV5, 2 IS, 1 IS3, 2 M50 with Chinese 110.
All right, 2 ISs it's going to be. I mean, I like that lineup, but the question at the end of the day is it enough to take down what is coming from ELONG? We're about to find out. I imagine what Colin's going to do is he's going to lead in the charge since his tank would have the most HP and therefore would be meant for absorbing the most damage.
Yeah, but I think the ELONG, they're going to rush, but I don't know which side right now.
All right.
Okay. Where is Horseman?
Horseman right now?
Yeah.
Can't tell.
They go south and the mid I3, you know.
Oh man.
On that moment, Horseman had to rush up because they got more auto loader.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we are. Game is unfolding. What's it gonna be?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is a bit of a scary lineup coming from ELONG. I mean, they know what they're doing, and they're doing a tactic that we see the least employed on
Horseman
Himmelsdorf.
go to the south, you know.
All right.
Really funny. But I'm not sure which way they're gonna go.
That is indeed a question meant to be asked at this very moment. Colin's leading the charge again. I want to point that out. He's. Oh, I like this move.
Go here.
I like this move. I like this
So
move.
this one can be killed first.
Yes, I mean, if they coordinate their fire correctly, that should be able to pull the trick. But I mean,
First one, I should. Oh.
I think you're right, Edison. That's true. One shot did hit him, but it was a non-penetrating shot.
Yep. Both side one shot, and both side not penetrate.
All right, so are we gonna see?
Oh, they're gonna capture. No,
Maybe.
No. They should kill the GRV first. You know, this one is alone.
Here we are.
Oh no.
The question is, like, what are they doing at this point? It's a little bit confusing. I mean,
Yeah. I just wonder. They're got
getting
so
pummeled.
many nice chance to kill GRB, but doing nothing there.
did they even scout him? I mean, was he in the 50-meter scouting radius or not?
Yep. Already. I think.
Flying Unicorn is staying behind, but he's already totally lit at half of his original HP.
Okay.
ELONG not taking a penetrating shot until just this moment. GRB looks like he's going to get hit, and Flying Unicorn will take him out of the game.
Wow.
But in the exchange, Spencer TW has lost Feluso now down to 97 HP. Tommy Yu falls in the background as well. It's ELONG and Reflection. It's ELONG's Reflection and Nice versus Horseman's None, Gorilla, and Call It. Can this happen or not? He was flushed out, and nice move there by Colin. Did he not get 2 kills there, or was that just 1?
1, I think.
All right, Gorilla and None, as well as Colin, just going to pile in there on Fox TS. But if they do this wrong, they can both be gone very soon. Flying Unicorn trying to pick up the slack in the rear, but it looks like Guanren's going to take him out of the game very soon. Nice bounce off of None. Colin's trying to do what he can, and ELONG is wisely doing everything they should except focus down the KV5. Oh my God! This is 3 versus 2 at this very moment.
Yeah.
As we see Horseman flip it.
Yeah.
Oh,
the KV5 bouncing! Wow, you know that's why I always love the KV5.
But it looks like Colin's getting a little overzealous here. All of his teammates are one shot.
Oh,
None
he's bouncing!
Gets the connecting shot that he needs.
Oh, he bounced again!
RNGesus really loves Colin, and Black is still alive.
Oh my
there he goes. He was taken down. Nice! Horseman gets the win.
That's a KV5 win.
Yeah. That was a brilliant rush tactic that we saw from the very beginning, and it took balls of steel
but
to coordinate
the
correctly.
KV5 at least bounced 4 times.
Yeah.
It should already die, but I keep bouncing.
That's just what happened. I mean, like, that's the way the ball rolls at the end of the day. And that brings the score to 2-1.
But I have to say, the Horseman strategy is quite worse, you know. It got GRB alone. No one kill him. No one deals with him.
Yeah.
If you want to kill GRB, you won't get any shot there.
That's
but
what
no one do that.
I mean, that's what we call the elephant in the room. We can all see it, we all want to talk about it, but nobody's talking about
but,
it. No one's doing anything about it.
The I3, the ELONG got a long lineup, so the Horseman trying to kill someone. Okay, finally they figure out that, ELONG got a couple tank on north, so we all rush to north. Finally they're right, but the timing is worse because of, they already got a lot of punishment, but I don't know why in the scale of ELONG, they are so expert, they are so super. But shooting KV5 keep bouncing.
All's well that ends well, and I mean, the KV5, how many bounce shots did he take? 5, 6, 7, 8? It was just too many to count.
Yeah.
But let's see how game number 2 goes on offense for Horseman after this short 90-second break, guys. Don't go away. All right, guys, we are back now with game number 4.
On Hemstall.
All right, so, I mean, we saw game number 3 there that, I think there was a little bit of, Edison is clearly pointing out the mistakes from Horseman, but I feel like the biggest mistake there from ELONG was simply moving out of the base. Does that make sense? Like, they kind of violated the meta here if you're on defense.
Yeah, but I think they already got so many I3, The advantage of I3 is the dodge shot and the speed. But they line up, fast, so for long line, it's really easy to be killed. But
and in the beginning,
honestly, I have to say that Horseman is really lucky.
I have to agree with you, because in the beginning we actually saw that they were taking a lot more damage from ELONG than they were dealing out on ELONG. That is to say, like, the exchange of fire was not in their favor, but they pulled it out just the way they needed, to, thanks to the bounces on the KV5.
I saw the flying unicorn. He driving the M50 and kill 2. Is really critical because he killed the GRB first and killed another I3. And finally, the last shot is still doing really well.
Okay, so here we are at 6 minutes remaining on the clock. I also want to point out there's of course that AMX-12T in the game right now, and I like the move that he's making with it right now. Most of Horseman is actually moving.
He's trying to kill, doing the counter strategy, I guess.
Right. Most of them on the eastern side of the map.
Whoa!
Whoa! Shut down and out of the game.
Yeah, it's a shutdown right now.
Nightmare is backpedaling. He's like, 2 tanks? Nah, I'm not fighting that in an AMX-50.
Yeah, and then they know you're gonna pull back, so they pull back too. That's it.
All right.
I have to say that ELONG is a well-trained team. But, if you're doing something they never see, they are doing quite not that good reaction compared to, on their plane. We saw that on the postseason, when they're doing everything on their scenario, they can doing really perfect. But if you're doing something really weird, when they cannot doing really nice on the reaction.
Okay, so at this moment, let's just go ahead and point out the situation that Horseman is in right now. They're trying to push into, and I like this defensive lineup coming from ELONG.
Yeah, but it's really,
now it makes sense.
Yeah, it's dangerous, but if they found a Horseman here, they cannot use it to isolate the flank. This one is not bad.
That is true. But we still have to wait and see where things are gonna go in the next few moments. I mean, right now it looks like we got Flying Unicorn gonna try and play some sniping on the hill.
On the hill side.
And
if the I3 flanking, they cannot shoot them on the hill. That's it.
Yeah. And I have to actually test out the turret depression on my AMX-50 when I get home today because I actually don't know how good or how bad it may be.
The gun depression is worse, but it's good enough if you want to snipe it on the hill side.
All right. So here we are now. Looks like Horseman's going to make their move. Those 3 IS-3s and that 1 AMX-50 are way out of position.
Yeah, the I3 is change fire here.
Yeah.
Change drag too, but it's really funny because of those cases, no one can penetrate anything.
Oh, GRB gets hit, but it was a non-penetrating shot. It might have been just a track shot, a damaging track shot at that. Blusode does take a huge chunk as he dives into that capture circle. And
told me you're gonna die there.
Maybe. We have to see how this works out. I mean, the exchange of fire is not looking too terribly hot here for
they use
Horseman.
the KV5 strategy again.
There we go.
Yeah, they know you cannot penetrate.
Gradually, just taking a little bit of damage.
Colin cannot take a really nice angle.
Yeah,
What's going on there?
That's the situation at large right now. Reset has been achieved on Gorilla.
Yep. They have to wait him for the Colin, turn to the correct angle.
But I mean, at the same time, just look at the exchange of fire. We already see that most of the tanks. I mean, yeah, they got Guanren, they got the AMX-12T, but that's a misnomer. It offers no firepower. It's a scouting tank.
Yep.
And right now, most of the tanks on Horseman are already at 50%. 4 of those tanks are at about 50%. If not, just a little bit lower, a little bit higher. No one's perfect by those estimates, but they're trying to make the capture work out here, and it's just not quite going in their favor. Flying Unicorn and None are diving into an angle that they may not be able to push all that well. And in the background, Gorilla falls.
And your enemy already waiting for you. It's really dangerous.
It is None one shot.
Done.
He does not get out a final shot to take down Fox TS ELONG. Just doesn't quite happen. And I mean, Flying Unicorn, he's 3 versus 1 in this present position. And he keeps on scoring bouncing shots. He's in an AMX-50. He's going to reload very soon. He's got nothing to back him up. And he's out of the game. It's now a 4 versus 6 scenario. And most of those tanks are very low HP on Horseman. They are all lit or one shot. Spencer at 311.
Yeah, I just wonder one thing. Because if they want to use the KV5 strategy to use the side scratch, they shouldn't rush into the capture circle. It's not working at all. I really wonder what's going on there, why they did that.
This is not good. I mean, it was so swift how quickly ELONG shut Horseman out of this final game. But as you mentioned before, the KV5 strategy, it's very fickle. It either loves you or it hates you.
Yeah, but when you use a KV5, you want to use side scratch the skill. They should arrange the attack.
Right.
They cannot just rush in and use IS-2 because of if you just stand there and your enemy got IS-3. IS-3 speed is really nice, so when they can pull back really soon. I don't think the Horseman can have any chance to successfully capture. But besides that, if you want to use a capture and jack your enemy coming, but I didn't see any defensive line on the Horseman too. So even you cannot punish your enemy when they pull back, or even you cannot successfully capture. I don't know why you doing that. Some part like they got an idea and they do not really organize that.
Well, I mean, I guess it's something to think about in the next commercial break. Right now, we did just take things into the final round on Himmelsdorf, and we're about to dive into map number 2 on steps, and the score is 3-1 in favor of ELONG. Can we see that miracle comeback come from Horseman or not? We're about to find out. All right, guys, we are now diving into the second half of tonight's match between ELONG and Horseman.
Yeah, on the step. So we're gonna see the ELONG team. They how to doing a really nice job on the assault side, but if the Horseman they can doing much better on the defense. Maybe they got changed on the 2-2 right now, but not that easy to deal with ELONG. But I have to say, compared to previous season, Horseman struggle on the Silver League, and every team up from the Silver League, they're doing pretty nice. I mean, oh no, not everyone. Formation is okay, really nice. Horseman, okay. But One Blood, after it combined to the
Phoenix.
There is a new team called Phoenix, but actually it's One
Intense
Blood,
Honking and One Blood.
Intense Honking, and Numb.
And Numb.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of guys from Numb.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So the three teams combined together and doing not that good compared to Intense Honking or even compared to One Blood. So a new member, maybe they need time. But Singapore team, the Codiger, they also need time to work out. I feel they are not that great on this season,
I mean, hopefully we can see them pick it up towards
Yeah,
the end. I mean,
yeah, but I want to say what I want to say is the formation Horseman they're doing much better compared to previous season. Even the team efficiency, even the ELONG, they're doing much better than previous season. But I feel the Shark Tiger, they are not that good compared to before. So I don't know what's going on in the PvP too. PvP. I'm not sure what's going on there, but PvP they didn't show up the power like the champion.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from with that. I mean, they don't seem to be at their present state of mind or their former state of mind when they beat Fnatic at the 2013 season finals, right?
Yeah, they are doing so nice. And the Batman is a hero of the C server on that moment, but really don't know what's going on because Batman is my old friend too. When I did tormenting, we always fighting each other. I know he is really smart and powerful, but the PvP right now is not that great.
All right, so I mean, we see the classical, I guess you could say, pretty heavy Amex 1390 rollout coming from ELONG, and right now we see mostly RU251s coming from, our Taiwanese Titans. And
but
there we go.
For such setup, we already saw that on the PvP versus Codiger, right? If the M13 rush in, RU25 cannot stop that. The best way to counter is T69.
All right, so there it is. I mean, both sides going with the 686 compositions, all tanks light. I don't know. How does a KV85?
As a tier 6.
I know. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, I just wanted to ask you before we get to the loading screen, how much damage would a KV85 do compared to, say, like if a KV85 were to shoot at an RU251 or an AMX 1390, how much damage would it do?
Yeah, 240.
240?
Yep.
All right. That sounds pretty okay, but I mean like
230 or 240. I have a KV85, but
Ah,
it should
it's
be a
alright.
240.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking to myself, well, why on earth doesn't the defensive team take a KV85 to this kind of fight? But, and I mean, it may not be worth it in the end, I guess, but we've got the game in our hands. Spawning to the southwest-ish end of the map, it is, of course, Team ELONG, and to the northeast, it's going to be Horseman. Both sides are rushing towards the center of the map.
Yeah. And the ELONG team, they got really nice position, so if the Silencer go up, he gonna die really soon.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why he's sticking to the road at this very moment. He's about to hit 3 members of ELONG, or rather 3 members of ELONG might be hitting him soon, as well as Faluso.
No one spot him. No one spot him.
And that's the amazing part about this.
Oh,
Did they spot him? Maybe.
No bubble.
Well, I mean, the light bulbs actually don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work.
They don't work?
Yeah, I mean, not anymore. I don't know what the problem is, but during the first few weeks of WGL Season 3, the light bulb mod was working.
Yeah, but I saw it's working perfectly. But I didn't check it today. I didn't check it.
Me neither. We'll find out in a few minutes. Like, once they go head-to-head with each other. Blind fire coming from Gorilla.
Yep. Blind shot.
And it only makes sense. I mean, using the RU-251. If it was an autoloader making those shots, then...
Yeah, if you use the single shooter, you got a nice chance to shoot one by one, you know, because of the accuracy.
All right, so it looks like ELONG might just commence with a capture in a moment. I mean, it's just that at this moment they haven't... Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
ELONG's Fox TS, he's just been lit. I don't think that was blind fire either.
Yeah, but you know, if they capture, Horseman was forced to send someone to reset a capture, and they got a couple tanks on the south bar. Oh no, the drone ball is not show up on the screen.
Production crew's got to fix that.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, I think we can see clearly now that the light bulb mods are not working. Tommy Yu's been hit. There's no light bulb next to his name or anything else like that. Maybe it has something to do with free cam. We're not entirely sure. But this is a game that is on our hands, and I want to say it's kind of even thus far. Both sides playing the picks.
Because both sides didn't attack, so it should be even.
Capture's been initiated, though, and ELONG is doing something quite deviant. They've got 3 tanks to the south, at the very least, trying to flank.
And I think the Horseman knew, okay, you love to sniping us on the south side, so I won't reset a capture through south. That's it.
5916 was the one initiating the capture. That was Guanren, who's just been taken out now. Tommy Yu is now out of the game as well, so this fight's pretty much even. Both sides have lost their tier 6 tanks. And those are, superficially speaking, not really, a little bit in the way of DPS, a lot more in the way of scout.
Yep. And problem for the Horseman right now is your enemy got a lot of autoloader. It's really, really risky for Horseman because of the firepower is really different on the show, I'm afraid. And we know that ELONG is expert team for M13, you know.
All right. Well, at this very moment, I mean, we've got Horseman's None TW, as well as the rest of the guys there, just kind of bunched up in the upper left or upper right section of the minimap. But I mean, Reflection, he's reinitiating a capture, and I think this is going to prompt all of Horseman to go to the wrong capture point, or will it?
Yep, and you know, they know you guys gonna reset a capture. I'm gonna use the M13 to rush.
Spencer can see the capture circle. He says, okay, this is capture point 1. They know that it's not capture point 2.
Oh!
And now I think this is like some kind of...
GRB! Oh, it's check? Oh, no.
Maybe.
I think the Horseman have to do in the reaction right now because the GRB is coming. That means the ELONG gonna rush. Right?
I mean, at this moment, we've got 2 minutes left on the clock, and Horsemen still have most of their tanks alive. So if they have even just 1 tank alive as that clock hits 0-0, then we're talking about Horsemen winning the round. But here comes the dive in from ELONG. They are going just absolutely balls to the wall on the offensive. Gorilla now looks like he might be exchanged.
Wow, it's red!
That was a 2-for-1, and a very good 2-for-1 at that, but Faluso did fall in the background. It's 3-2 now in favor of Horseman in this exchange. But will there be any friendly fire or not? Spencer's not heading straight into the fight. I think he's on the reload. I think he's going to try and stay alive for the final 60 seconds of the game. He's running completely away from this. And if None is able to get the kill there...
Oh,
he does not.
He didn't. But no, Spencer is reloaded, and he gonna run.
Yeah, I mean...
He gonna run. If he didn't run, he can kill one of them.
But I mean, if we look at this from a realistic perspective, if ELONG gets both of their tanks in that capture circle, it only takes 50 seconds in game time to get the capture. And there it is. It is initiated. They have to hope that no one's going to hit them at all.
Yep.
Throughout this entire moment. And Spencer's hand is being forced now. He knows what he has to do. That's no big secret. And can he hit either of those guys from his present position? Can he, Edison? If he blind fires, I don't think it's going to work.
I think he can shoot someone, but I don't think he's going to survive.
Well, he has to do something, and he knows it, so he's budging from his present position at...
Yeah, but his position is nice. His position is nice.
Here we go, 20 seconds. Reflection doesn't quite spot him just yet.
Yeah.
He's just got to get one shot to connect and then get out of there. That's all he's got to do.
He's looking for the other one.
Oh! He's extending the fire. They just both came out of the capture circle. And now Spencer is trying to take down GRB. Not quite able to do so just yet. All shots missing at this moment. He does finally get the other one. He just needed 7 more seconds. If we had seen Reflection miss that shot, this game would have been won for Horseman.
Yeah, but problem for Horseman is, I think on the Foxfire, they got some problem, because of the Nang trying to hide first. Do you see that, right? Because he got one shot to kill the enemy and he can shoot first. But first reaction for Nang is hide. So he didn't got really nice angle because of gun depression. And your enemy shooting him from the lower part. If we kill the one, I don't remember who is that.
I know what you're talking about. I mean,
Spencer have time to kill the other one.
I think you mean GRB, the guy who was the very low HP tank. He was trying to focus him down. He was like, okay, I don't care if this guy's more HP and he's in front of me. I want GRB out. Because if his DPS is gone, then I could probably survive to the end of the game.
Yeah, because he cannot hide. He cannot... whatever he do, he cannot die there. I have to say that because of, Team ELONG is not like stupid because you got paper armor. It's not KV5 or KV4. So whatever you do, you're gonna die really soon. But you got one chance. I say, you have, you are shooting first. So you got one chance to kill your enemy first. After that, Spencer got a chance to kill the other one because you are auto loader. Stand there, take your time, shoot by. You don't have to rush and hurry. You can kill that one.
I mean, that's what happened. I mean, ELONG, they've shown time and again that their full-time practice regimen is working. They've got, they've got of course the dormitories, the environment to do it, and they're just showing that they're able to basically take entire sets with dropping the bare minimum number of maps, which are in some cases just going straight 5-0.
Yeah.
But right now the score is 4-1 in favor of ELONG. So guys, we're going to take things into a 90-second commercial break, and then after that, what may be the final game of the evening. Don't go away. Hi guys, we are back now, and this again might be the final game of the evening. We've got 4 AMX 1390s coming out from ELONG. We've got a 5916 and 2 RU251s as well.
Yeah, it's the same lineup, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
From our China champions, and
Horseman, they still got 5 RU251, 1 M13, 1 5916. So both sides have same lineup, so they're gonna do that again, I think.
I know, but I feel like the most dangerous part about this is the fact that ELONG, I mean, they have amazing coordinated firepower, and when you put amazing coordinated firepower hand in hand with something that has extremely high damage per minute, like say the AMX 1390, you're creating a recipe for destruction for your enemy team.
Yeah, but like Team ELONG, they don't on this map they don't rush one line. Normally, even they are on the defense side, they love to capture on north and use a sniper on the south. So, if the horsemen are they trying to study the strategy of ELONG, they should know that if they see one ELONG coming from somewhere, that means the other in the other part, they play style not like Immortal. Immortal, if you see one here, that means everyone stick here.
Yeah.
But the ELONG is different. If one here, that means someone the other side. So on that moment, if the horsemen rush one way, they're gonna win that one. So sometimes you have to know how your enemy doing.
All right, so they are off once again on the offense. It's going to be Team ELONG. They are spawning to the south and to the upper right-hand corner of the map, upper right-hand side, if you will. It's going to be Horseman on defense, falling just a little bit short of the victory in game number 1.
Yep. They need 1 point.
Okay. So I can't see anything, I guess you could say, too indicative of an absolutely massive difference here from ELONG.
Yep. But no, ELONG, they trying to capture some higher ground. So when the horsemen come in, they cannot see that on this angle. So other teams gonna rush in. They are so confident about their personal skill. So they don't afraid about that. You want to rush in, they cannot follow you guys.
That is right. So, question is, what happens here? I mean, ELONG hasn't budged. Have they moved from their spawn that much? I can't really tell.
No. Their style is they want to shoot. After that, they're gonna split 2 parts. This is their play style.
Yeah, 50-50 split.
Yeah, always. So even on the himself, they still love that.
I mean, it's a little bit difficult to tell, per se, but I mean, at some points, it can be the best strategy. It's something that, to some teams, doesn't necessarily make all that much sense, but at the same time, I mean, ELONG, they're the team with the plan. They know what they're doing in many regards.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, like, you remember that game where they put the AMX 1390 on that western side of mines, and then they used the 2 OBJ 416s to... Yeah, that was crazy. They invent. Well, I mean, I think it had been seen in other tournament plays, but I mean, it was the first time we'd ever seen it in WGL APAC, and they pioneered it. So
that's why I say they are well-trained team. They know how to play on certain play style. But
if if
you play on the other ways, they are doing quite bad on the direction.
Tommy was just taken down. Horseman's getting ready to set up an ambush. Trap rather, but it might work out.
On this one,
it might just work
on
out.
this one, I have to say that if you scout here or here, whatever, you have to send someone to cover. When Tommy you die there, I didn't see Horseman doing anything. That means the scout is useless. The scout is totally failed because if you scout someone there, you cannot offer any support. Why you do that?
Well, I mean, they're at 4 minutes now, and they've only lost 1 tank, and that was their scouting tank. So, if they can just stay alive for the next 4 minutes, they might be okay. ELONG is lining up here quite needlessly, I might add, and I think they're waiting for Horseman to dive in there. But Horseman's just completely retreating.
Yeah, but I just as I said, because of the ELONG is a well-trained team. If you play style is weird. You never see any team flanking to the northwest and go to the south. Never that, right? So on that moment, ELONG's first reaction will be, somewhat weird. They cannot do it really nice if you play style is different from their drama.
Yeah, And now look at what's happening here from Horseman. They are completely confused in this position. They were thinking, well, they took down our 59-16. Maybe they're doubling back. And now they realize too late that they might have thought just a little bit too much.
Yeah, and ELONG, they may send a couple tanks to capture. But after the Horseman reset the capture, they're gonna rush out against. That's their playstyle. So maybe they're gonna send other tier A, for fighting, and they use one little tank for capturing. That's it.
That will be ELONG's own 59-16. The capture has been initiated. They only need 1 minute and 40 seconds to get that capture, and there's 2 minutes and 35 remaining on the clock. So this is going to bait a lot of movement out from Horseman, and they may eventually very well play into the hands of ELONG. I love the positioning here from GRB's CN. Very good for sniping.
Yeah, but seems didn't shoot anything. Already. Oh, he got one.
Maybe already?
Yeah.
He made a hit?
One. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, at this moment, Horseman is pressed to do something, but just what are they going to be able to do is the real question at the end of the day.
They know where is the enemy because there is bush. And the only one can make it cover, so just shooting the bush is not that hard.
And I love this ambush coming from Horseman, or not Horseman, but rather ELONG as well. It's so very, I guess you could say, it's hook, line, and sinker, and I'm almost ready to say that perhaps we'll see ELONG get the capture, but Spencer is rushing across that map in his AMX 1390.
Yeah, the ELONG is waiting for you.
Yeah, he's trying to get the reset. He backs off. He doesn't have the turret depression to hit now. And something just happened there. It looks like the capture was reset just a little bit somehow.
Yep.
All right, so I guess maybe what happened there was one of the higher tier tanks jumped in when our observer wasn't watching, then it hopped out. Now it's hopped back in. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay,
boom.
You might have some problem.
Yeah, just a little bit in the way of a problem, but ought to be good to go pretty soon here, right? Pretty soon here. There we go. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, this is one of the few times we see a capture to get the win, but it was very well done by ELONG.
Yeah. But I'm talking about reaction about ELONG. They didn't have any new strategy there. They just want to capture and go somewhere. But on the other side, the Horseman's reaction much worse.
I know.
Compared to the ELONG,
I
Seems
know.
unorganized. They know, okay, if you capture, you should shoot somewhere to reset. But, even though that, they cannot reset a capture because of there is only one bush. That means your enemy only have one position
Inside the capture circle.
That's it. But
Right.
they cannot make it. They keep shooting and cannot get that. That means your team member do not really know where is it. That's it.
I look at the way Horseman was playing there in the final game, and I think to myself, it's overthinking the situation. It is, again, the word that I taught you all earlier today, the Yomi effect. Knowing your opponent, what they're trying to do. And in fact, what we saw coming from ELONG was we saw them rush. We saw Horseman rush back to capture point 2. They're like, uh-oh, they found our scouting tank, which was ahead of us just a little bit. So they killed it. Maybe we haven't found them yet. They're not coming to us. Maybe they're going back to capture point 2. They go to capture point 2. Nothing is there.
Yeah.
And
but,
then,
but in the beginning, the Horseman doing something wrong. I told you, if you want to use a scout somewhere, you cannot shoot some enemy somewhere.
Yeah.
Not just scout and okay, you got die. That's it. That's
Right.
something that a Horseman didn't do anything.
I mean, that's it. And I mean, ELONG got the win in, I think, what is their most relaxed game that they've ever played yet. Like, no extremely massive coordinated fire, no, how do I say this? Frantic and fast-paced action, but they just smoothly rode out the capture to 100.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
the end score between TCSG and PvP Super Friends was what, 5-2?
5-2.
Yeah.
No, PvP win.
And in ELONG versus Horseman, we saw that the score
5-1.
was 5-1. again in favor of our team from mainland China, and showing some pretty strong performance, showing that they really want to go to the Season 2 Grand Final, or excuse me, Season 2 Season Finals.
Yep.
Despite...
And someone had to bet the Charlotte Tiger because of Elong already give the Charlotte Tiger 3 point.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we're looking at it from that perspective, and the question is, will they or will they not be able to dethrone our Korean killers, RTA, assuming they make it to Season 3 Finals?
Yeah, but no, that's their main target. I think that Elong is really confident about it gonna go to the season final, but you know, RTA is there. RTA is still, I feel that RTA is much more stable team. They don't have any new creative strategy, but on the season final, I saw they the play style is really stable. They know how to do that one step by step, and pass is really slow. I have to say that slow pass, but everything correct.
Yeah.
But Elong, I feel maybe those guys too young. The reflection is an old guy like me, but other team member is really young, and sometimes they doing such perfect on the regular season, but on the postseason, I cannot say something really bad, but the play style is non-professional at all.
Well,
like really nervous on the stage or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like shaking there.
I know what you're talking about, Ez. We've all been in the hot seat before. So I guess this is where we leave you to ponder the Yomi effect, guys. Know what your opponent is going to do, but try not to overthink it too terribly much. And do we have WGL next Tuesday? I believe we do not. I think it's a break then. I'm pretty sure it's a break. I'll double check, and we will let you guys know upcoming Thursday.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. I mean, day after tomorrow we clearly have competition, right? We have to broadcast day after tomorrow, on Thursday.
Yeah, but maybe. Okay.
We'll find out on Thursday, guys. So for now, my name is Benjamin Breaker Novotny.
Let's add us at 99.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday with the the Wargaming.net League Gold Series. For now, goodbye.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.